Thinking about buying a new construction home, but you're not sure if you're getting a good product or a bad deal? I'd like to help. In this video, I want to give 5 tips from a real estate agent's perspective on what you need to know before buying new construction. And the last one is super important, so make sure you stick around all the way to the end to see that one. These 5 tips will help you be successful in picking the best new construction home for your money. My name is Trevor with the Trev and Jess team of Love It Properties, and I've helped a lot of buyers get into new construction homes over the past 5 years. In our Raleigh-Durham market, there are a ton of great builders out there, and I've had some fantastic experiences, and I've also had some that were not so great. Throughout my experience, I've picked up some important tips that I think will be very helpful for you if you're considering new construction. So, let's jump in. When you're thinking of purchasing a new home, new construction is going to be high on the list for many reasons. It's new, it's modern, and odds are if you're looking in the current market right now, you're probably going to find more inventory there than a lot of other places. However, all new construction is not equal. Tip number 1 is investigate the builder. And I don't mean just looking on the builder's website. You have to understand the quality of the product you're getting before you agree to that purchase agreement, because there's no backing out of the contract for quality reasons. Investigate their reputation among peers. Look up online reviews for them and see what you can find out about the quality of that builder. And of course, talk to a trusted real estate agent about the quality of that builder and the quality of many others that they've had experience with. Plus, ask lots of questions of the builder about the quality of the materials they use and any warranties they give for workmanship. All builders are held to a certain standard by building inspectors in our area, but ultimately not all builders use the same standards when building their homes, and some may be better than others. Higher standards will affect your value down the road, so it's important that you consider that as you're looking at these homes. There are too many neighborhoods to name in our area that were built in the 90s and early 2000s that now when you drive through look like all the homes are just falling apart. And the reality is it's because they were built with really low standards, and that's affecting the entire neighborhood's value now. When you purchased a brand new home, you expect it to last for a long time. That's why it's important when you talk to builders that you understand what warranties they offer. If their warranties are extended and sometimes scale out to up to 10 years, then you know they're willing to stand behind their workmanship and make sure the product that they're producing is going to hold value over time. The crazy thing in our market is that 2 builders may be asking the same price for the home, but they may be completely different standards. So it's important for you to investigate the builder completely so you know what you're buying. Tip number 2 is negotiate for concessions. Now, let me explain a rule for most builders, and then we'll back into the concession conversation. The ultimate goal of almost every builder out there is to increase their profits over the course of development. That means getting their asking price is their absolute highest priority. Now, you really need to lean on your real estate agent to determine if the asking price they are requesting is justified. If it's not, that could turn into an appraisal discrepancy, and most builders completely absolve themselves of any appraisal discrepancy in their contract. But as a rule, they generally base their asking price off of comparable sales within the neighborhood or close by neighborhoods. Every time they get a sale, they keep raising that price over and over again so they can keep increasing their profits over the course of time. Getting their asking price is the highest priority to them for that reason, but they are totally willing to give up things like upgrades or certain things that you may need to purchase with the home, like a refrigerator, a washer and dryer, or blinds. And if you've got all of those, then they might be willing to concede closing costs to cover your costs for the purchase. Always push to see what they might give. If you don't ask, they probably won't offer it. And if they do offer you something, odds are you can still ask for more, and they may consider it if they get their price. Tip number 3 is do all of the inspections. And by all, I mean pre-drywall, radon, and a 1-year general inspection. The pre-drywall inspection is the last chance to see behind the walls before they throw up the drywall. If you don't find something then it's going to be there forever, and it may be so much harder to fix later on. The radon inspection helps you check for radon gas that may be coming up from beneath the foundation of the house. If you don't check for it now, then the builder has no obligation to remedy it prior to closing. And lastly, I always recommend a 1-year general inspection after you've lived in the home for a year. Then, whatever the building inspector finds, you take the report right to the warranty department of the builder, and they deal with any issues that have been found throughout that first year. You can absolutely get a general inspection prior to closing on the home. However, I often encourage folks, just wait for the first year. That way you're still under warranty and you could take advantage of more things that might be found after you live there for a little while. Tip number 4 is think about the neighborhood. When you walk into a new construction, it's really easy to be wowed by the beautiful new finishes, the gorgeous large kitchen, and the awesome master bathroom. But ultimately, you may be missing something that affects the value larger than any of those things. Understanding how this home conforms to the other homes within the neighborhood, looking into the community features available, also thinking about the surrounding school system and neighborhoods right directly next to yours can all be really important information to dig into prior to choosing a neighborhood. So don't be so wowed by the features inside the house that you forget about a very important factor that could affect your value down the road. If something about the neighborhood causes you to pause, then odds are it's going to do the same for a potential buyer in the future. Tip number 5, and this is a super important one, is read the contract. I know you're going to want to just breeze right through this massive document you get from the builder, but it's super important that you understand exactly what you're agreeing to. You can also tell a little bit about the standards of a builder by seeing the amount of red tape that goes into these documents that ultimately absolves them from very normal repairs that they should be willing to correct. Some of the best builders I've worked with in the area have super simple contracts that are very clear to understand and give a lot of confidence that the builder stands behind their product. But buried deep inside of several contracts that I've seen for my clients are things like refusing to handle simple warranty issues like nail pops and wall cracks, dealing with window damage that is mechanical and that the owner couldn't have done anything about. Also dealing with foundational issues like foundation wall cracks, things like that. These are really important issues to buyers, but the builders a lot of times just try to absolve themselves of them in the contract. So read it. Have your real estate agent explain the hot spots to you and go through any questions you might have before you sign it. The contract tells you a lot about the builder and how they stand behind the quality of their product. So that was my 5 tips for buying new construction. Hopefully that was super helpful for you. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel where I'm dropping new information every week to help you with buying and selling homes. And if you don't yet have a realtor guiding you through the process of purchasing a home, I would be honored to serve you. Please reach out. My information is below, and there's also a link there that you can schedule a chat with me. All right, guys, have a great week, and we'll talk again soon.